بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
है नूरे साहिर चेहरे से तेरे और शब की रौनक जुल्फों से
अल्लाहु अल्लाहु अल्लाहु
Brief on a history of how we came together and how I got involved in the water. It goes back quite some time. I came across it first when my father became ill for the first time. This is like many years ago, 15, 16, maybe even longer years ago. The first time he was diagnosed with hepatitis C. So I came to Pakistan at the time. Obviously it was a big thing for us. Dad got diagnosed with a serious illness. I had the question in my mind, and like we do read up on this stuff, right, on how it transmits. Now, one of the things I thought was, maybe the water's got something to do with it. So I tested the water, I took it to a good quality lab, and it came back with fecal contamination. So, like just them words, it cannot get any worse than that. You might have 101 different bacteria that are dangerous, but fecal contamination, hits at the very highest notes. And from that day since, up until very recently, I haven't drank Waisa's water because I knew what was in it. As far as my own self was concerned and my own household, I was quite militant about not using the Waisa water. So for the first 4 or 5 years, it was continuously Nestle water, which, as you can imagine, cost me an arm and a leg as well. And during that period, I was trying different things in order to sort out my water supply, and obviously I learned with each setback. There was many setbacks along the way, trying different things, different types of filters. So it was a really long process. It got to a point where I'd found the right equipment, and I installed a system for my own self first. Because of what I'd learned, I carried on doing it for other people as well. During this period I was here, I was telling people about this situation as well. This is the story related to how I got into water purification and the reasons behind it. With regards to how I got together with Wasim and Shahzad, a couple of years after arriving here, I heard of Wasim and what he was doing. It was mainly the cleanliness of the village. That hit a chord with me because as I'd walk to the masjid from home to go for salah, I'd have to get my rumal and cover my face because nalays on the both sides stunk. The whole village, every path was a dump. It was really disgusting. I could see that the guys were struggling alone. I thought, well, if they don't get any support, what they're doing is a massive and a great thing, and I was suffering from it as well. As I was watching these guys, they were doing a massive job, a great job, and I thought to myself, these guys need help, right, because they were really struggling. It was just Wasim and Shahzad and a few part-timers. I decided this is a great cause. If there's anything that everyone's affected by, it's this. So, I tagged along with them with the intention that, this thing should continue. In the beginning, there was this issue of, can I trust these guys or not? Have these guys got ulterior motives? Why are they doing this? No one, does anything so selfless without, having some kind of intention behind it. But, as the years went by and I seen and I travelled with them and worked with them, things became more and more clear that these guys are trustworthy guys and they're working for a really good cause. And alhamdulillah, we're continuing to this day. That is a brief way of how I saw things go from day one. One of the things was with the awareness of the water situation. I mentioned it to Wasim and it was quite shocking for him as well. And then Wasim took an active role in promoting the subject of clean water. And then the word just spread. And with obviously a fair bit of work, alhamdulillah, today we've got a purification system for the whole of Waisa.